Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, November 4th, 2021. Steve Sipress here. And IKON, the annual event hosted by the company formerly known as Infusionsoft, now known, I think the company actually is still known as Infusionsoft, and their software is now called Keep, K-E-A-P. This is marketing automation software for small businesses. I was a user of the software for about 10 years. First started using, I think, back in '08, and I think their first annual InfusionCon, it was called back then, was in 2007. But I attended the one in 2008. That's where I got this t-shirt, the old Double Your Sales Club. First time I doubled my sales. They can track everything, of course, inside the automation software. Didn't even know till I got there was such a thing as the club, that I was in it, whatever. They were like, here you go, congratulations. Got some kind of I don't remember, a plaque, award, t-shirt, but most importantly of all, got to attend a special luncheon for the Double Your Sales Club members, where I got to have lunch and meet and hang out with the founders of the company and a couple other big shots of the company, and then of course their most successful users of their software. And I put a post on Facebook on my personal page yesterday because it came up as a memory of it was a different event from about 10 years ago. How I used to think that the events were all about listening to the speakers and all the information you can get, but really, of course, events are all about the relationships that you can form, nurture, and basically profit from. Every time you go back, pretty much the same event. How you see some of the same people, eventually trust gets built really strong. I've had people just say to me, we've seen each other for years at this event. We really ought to do something together. Trust is built, and partially built by that consistency. I attended every InfusionCon, then they changed it to the name IKON, up until the last one they held. That's where this badge is from, in 2017, 4 years ago. And I just noticed looking at this, I don't know if I noticed at the time, that they thought, and I know this is reversed, I cannot get Facebook to allow me to reverse the camera. Maybe it will, I'll figure it out in the future, but I haven't been able to for about a month or so while they're making all kinds of changes to this Facebook Live interface. But look at that, they had me located in Canada. What is up with that? I've been to Canada. Once worked for a company headquartered just outside of Toronto, Canada, in Richmond Hill. But man, it's a beautiful place, but no, not located in Canada. Anyway, by the way, I also wonder, why are these badges, these lanyards, these whatever they call them, the necklaces that attach to the name badge, why are they so long? I mean, I understand if you're really tall, but for a guy like me, who's not very tall at all, they come all the way down. You go up to somebody, and the whole idea of the name badge, one of the ideas is if you have seen the person before, but, the last event I attended had about 3,000 people at it. You don't remember everybody's name, but you can quickly glance, now you got to quickly glance, hey, I recognize you. Ouch, a little inappropriate. But anyway, where was I? So for a few years, they did not held the event, I don't know if you do know, but Infusionsoft, the company, has gotten, I don't know, 80 or $100 million worth of funding over the last 5, 6, 7 years or so. And their management was going in a slightly different direction, and they stopped holding their big IKON events, as they called it now, for a few years. But they're back again this year, smaller than the 3,000 person events they held for 2-3 years in the big Phoenix Convention Center downtown. This one's back up where first one was when I went to, up in the Scottsdale area. There's so many great resorts in that area. This is being held, I believe, at the Hilton in Scottsdale, just probably a few hundred people, which is how it was Throwback Thursday. It brings back the memories of about 13 years ago, when I attended my first of, I believe, 10 straight InfusionCon, IKON annual events for the company. And ironically, I attended almost all of those when I lived up in Chicago. So I'd grab a flight and 5 days or a week in a hotel. My beautiful wife Michelle and I always liked to book a week when I was speaking at or attending events because, we would hang out for a few days, play some golf, hang out by the pool, do whatever. And then I'd go to attend the event and she would go off and go shopping and hang out by the pool and do whatever it is she wants to do. And we would always kind of make a little mini working vacation out of it. But that's, a whole bunch of expense involved with the flights, getting to and from the airport, parking the car, or taking cabs or limos, the flight, the hotel room, rent a car if you rent one. I did a few years, and man, years to and from the event from if they were staying off site. I remember a few of those, and food, of course, the whole time. Now that for the past couple of years, thanks to the authoritarian, unscientific lockdowns, people have gotten used to being in the Zoom world and think it's old school and old hat and like fuddy-duddy, and who would attend a live in-person event. I put that post about attending an event about 10 years ago on my Facebook yesterday, and somebody came on, hey, live events, I remember those, who the wop, boop, ba, 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 ba. Right. So I think those are the same people that think windows don't work, walls don't work. Like, how can you put up a 15th century technology for a modern problem? Well, because they're using kind of 0th century technology to enter the country illegally. They're walking. So they're using old technology. Pretty sure you can stop walking with a wall. I have them around my house. Same reason. Can I stop everyone coming in? Of course not. Professional thief can come in if they really want to. I'm sure people could storm the place with 4,000 troops, like at the end of Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, if they wanted to. Like, although they waited for Butch and Sundance to come out. But, walls work pretty good, like everywhere they are. Anyway, I digress. So that'll do it for Throwback Thursday. Memories of the in-person events where I invested all that time away from home and business. And at the time, well, no, we didn't really have a cost for someone to sit for our rambunctious, beloved Cocker Spaniel, Emmanuel, because my beautiful wife, Michelle, would never take him to a shelter, always brought him up to her mom. So that was an extra 4-hour round trip just to drive him up there and back, and then up and back again when we got home. So a lot of effort, trouble, cost, and time involved with all the travel, a day before, a day after the event, all taken care of by attending on Zoom. But the one thing you can't, of course, get on Zoom is those fantastic relationships that really only happen really deeply and well at in-person events, because they happen in between when the event is on. Not when you're in the Zoom room. They happen in the hallways. They happen in the green room where all the speakers hang out. They happen in the booth area where all the sponsors hang out. They happen out in the halls of the event where the host and the big movers and shakers hang out. They happen at the bar afterwards. Of course, I don't drink alcohol. I don't hang out in bars, but I certainly do when I attend events. Met so many great people, built great relationships. Breakfast in the morning. Make sure if you like to skip breakfast or get up later, don't do it. Like, get out there to the restaurant in the hotel where the event's being held, and there's some people there. Hey, can I sit with you? Hey, nice to see. Boom. The whole idea of events is to make those great relationships, make those great connections that will serve you long after anything you could possibly learn from any speaker or speakers at the event itself. And anyway, so that's it for Throwback Thursday. Remembering the old Infusion Con, IKON events. It's going on today. Today is day 2 of a 3-day event. Started yesterday, ends tomorrow. First one I haven't attended, I believe, since about 2007. Ironic, since now I'm here. And the cost of attending and the time of attending would be a heck of a lot less. However, didn't feel it was a priority this year. We'll see, possibly next year. And possibly next year for you as well. Possibly I'll see you at some other event coming up soon. Speaking of which, I'll see you tomorrow here, real soon, on Foundation Friday. Thanks for being here today. I'll catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.